of two guys that go together like Scooby and Shaggy, Mike Will and Tyson Havronic.
Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Huddle Up here on Extreme Sports. Welcome to a Friday. Yeah, I made it through another work week here. It's the 17th day of July for 2026. Off we go. Mike Will, Tyson Havronic, ready to start your day the right way. All the news, weather, and sports that you need to get out the door here this morning. Hastings Sodbusters in action last night at home as they wrapped up their midweek series with the Jefferson City Renegades. We'll talk about that ball game on the show here today. Meanwhile, the Area 7 Seniors American Legion Baseball Tournament gets underway today up at Ryder Park in Grand Island. Hastings 5 Points Bank will play the first game today against North Platte Great Plains Health. That one will start at 1 this afternoon. We'll have it for you here on Extreme Sports, beginning with the pregame show at 12:45 this afternoon. Meanwhile, the A7 Juniors Tournament is going to get underway today out in Scotts Bluff. Hastings Johnson Imperial Homes will play the 5 o'clock game against North Platte. We'll check the rest of the schedule out in Scotts Bluff on this opening day. Meanwhile, the Class B and the Class C junior state tournaments will get underway tomorrow. We'll set the stage for you on that. World Cup Championship going to be decided over the weekend. Plus, we're going to be hearing some comments from Colin Klein. He is the new old head coach of the Kansas State Wildcats. And the comments we heard from Big 12 Media Days in Frisco, Texas last week. Colin Klein, a former player. He was a former quarterback for the Kansas State Wildcats. Moved on to be an assistant coach for the Cats before moving on to be the Texas A&M offensive coordinator last year, but he's back now as a head coach at Kansas State. But we'll hear from him on the show here today. If you'd like to join us anytime, 402-834-1330, 402-834-1330. That's the Hamilton Telecommunications fan line. If you'd like to leave us a message on our social media sites, we're monitoring those comments as well as we get you up, get you going here on a Friday as we welcome in Tyson Havronic from the Western Studios. Good morning.
Yeah, looks like we made it. Made it through the work week somehow.
Yeah, it wasn't easy this week.
All-Star break is the worst week in sports. It's the traditional time where sports directors across the state just take vacation and make their attempts, figure out how to navigate the sports world when there's no sports. And boy, if you can do that, you could probably make it in this business.
Yeah, if you can get through this week, because after All-Star break week and then things kind of get back to normal next week and then football starts ramping up, I think we just put it on our calendar next year that you and I will just take the month of July off. Because that's
the whole month. I like that.
Well, it just kind of seems like this whole month has just been kind of shot, and we're only at the 17th of July, but there has not been a whole lot going on in the sports world. Yeah, you get through the World Cup, and that loses another thing that we've been talking about.
Yeah, we only get that every 4 years.
Yeah,
so.
We've had that for the past 6 weeks or so. So after this weekend, that won't even be a discussion point on our show. But
so
anyway,
the final game 7. The final game 7 between the final game 7 of hockey or NBA, whatever one's the last, until the first preseason game,
which is coming up here shortly.
That should be our break.
God, that'd be about 5-6 weeks.
Could you imagine what we could do in 5 or 6 weeks of break?
We probably don't need that.
Oh,
probably
sounds really good though.
But
that's up for negotiation.
Sodbusters in action last night.
Oh boy,
you were part of that.
Oh boy,
how things go at Duncan. It was a Jefferson City Renegade win last night.
Yep,
14-7 over the Busters.
Looks good at times, and then we can. Yeah, it was a bullpen game. I'll say that. It was kind of a Johnny Holstaff kind of night. Looking for some strike throwers down the stretch. Got into an early lead. They chipped back, a little back and forth for a while. And then the 7 spot, the strike zone shrunk, and we couldn't find it. And then when we did find it, they were putting it in play. It was just one of those innings that everything kind of unraveled a little bit. And Jeff City hung the 7 spot on us, and that was that. But you know, it was from that point forward. It was another pitcher, more pitching changes. Hell, I think it was a 4-hour baseball game last night.
Wow.
Got home at about. I remember at the very last out, and I just kind of ran out of the field because I didn't have any beer in the fridge, and I wanted to make sure I got before the convenience store closed. That was the first thing on my mind last night. Priorities, hashtag. But yeah, late game last night. We took 2 or 3 from Jeff City. I think this team's playing better ball. I think this team is really starting to gel a little bit down in the dugout, and I think that's going to create for some fun matchups moving forward. Grand Island is got off to such that hot start. They've kind of started to struggle a little bit. So I think we've got a winnable series coming in this weekend with the Fighting Cranes. And I know a lot of the fan base out there might have Crane exhaustion, and I'm well aware of that. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. We've seen them a shit ton.
Yeah.
But that moving forward, we can play winnable ball against them, and I think we know we can play winnable baseball against them. And I think, yeah, again, this is a series that we can win this weekend for sure.
Sodbusters and the Fighting Cranes. 7 o'clock starting time tonight at a Duncan. Grand Island last night beating Sedalia by the score of 7-2. So that's your update on the Sodbusters. Again, they'll be in action tonight against the Cranes at Duncan Field. We've got Area 7 American Legion baseball action coming up for you today here on Extreme Sports as we get going up at Ryder Park in GI. It'll be Hastings 5 Points Bank playing North Platte Great Plains Health in the first ball game today, the first of 3. It will go at 1 this afternoon. Hastings is 14-14-1 in the season. North Platte is 19-13, but the Platters, they are 7-3 in their last 10 games, so they've kind of found their mark here in the past 2 or 3 weeks of the season. These two teams were scheduled to play twice during the regular season. Each time we got rained out. So we didn't play North Platte during the regular season. They didn't make up the games, or they couldn't find a hole in each other's schedules to make up the game. So we haven't seen North Platte. They came here, and that was a monsoon that we had. They didn't even get started when they came here. We go out there, the juniors game was played, and the seniors game got started. We were 2 batters in.
Ugh.
2 batters into the game, and we had a lightning strike, so they called a lightning delay. We had to sit for about 30 minutes or so, and then the storms moved in, and we actually had hail before we get out of there. So, yeah, we had them on the schedule twice this year like we normally do, a home-and-home series with all your Area 7 opponents, basically. And we didn't get either game played with North Platte. So this will be the first time that we have seen them, other than the first 2 batters that came to the plate against North Platte in the game out there. So be kind of funny because we normally get to see these area teams, but it's not the case today. North Platte, Hastings playing for the first time. We'll have it for you 1 o'clock this afternoon. Pregame show will be at 12:45 here on Extreme Sports. The juniors team, Hastings Johnson Imperial Homes, they're playing in the 8-7 tournament on Scotts Bluff today. They'll play North Platte at 5 this afternoon. Of course, JIH already is qualified for the state tournament, which will be held next week. We're hosting that out at Duncan Field, so JIH is already in. But they will play in the Area 7 tournament for the juniors out at Scotts Bluff today, beginning at 5 this afternoon. So that brings you up to date on the local baseball stuff. Major League Baseball got restarted last night following the All-Star game on Tuesday. Mm-hmm. And the only game played last night the New York Mets beat Philadelphia by the score of 4-1. They had some problems in this ball game.
Yankees.
It was originally supposed to start at, 5:10 our time.
Okay.
Actually, they got started at 5:10 instead of 6:10. They moved up the starting time of this game by an hour because of a hazy sky that was diminishing the air quality because of smoke that moved into the region from the wildfires burning in Canada and Minnesota. So they moved up the game time by an hour to avoid some smoky conditions. It's been the second time that wildfire smoke has affected a game in Philadelphia. In June of 2023, a game between Detroit and Philadelphia was postponed because of poor air quality related to smoke from Canadian wildfires. In fact, Phillies interim manager Don Mattingly said after the ball game, tracking fly balls later in the game seemed to be somewhat of an issue as the smoke rolled into Philadelphia. So they got the game in last night. They moved up the starting time an hour. The Mets beat Philadelphia by a score of 4-1, but they had to deal with smoky, hazy conditions throughout most of that ball game last night. So, kind of a different twist.
I do remember when they postponed the game because of the haze. Puts a different spin on it. Not normally every day that you go in expecting haze to be what forces the postponement or delay of things.
I saw some highlights on that last night.
Yeah,
the smoke did roll in there. I could see where they would have trouble tracking fly balls later in the ball game, and that's probably the reason why they moved her up an hour or so to avoid that. But late in the game, that was the case. Hitting fly balls through the smoke, not easy to track those things.
Sunday night baseball, right before the All-Star break, when St. Louis and Chicago were finishing up their 3-gamer, I think they played one in complete fog. Like the fog rolled through, so the batters couldn't even see it from the pitcher to the batter, and I think it ended 1-0, but they had several delays just because the umpire couldn't even see the baseball, whether it was a ball or strike, so which is, par for the course this season for MLB umpires. But no, it was played in complete fog, so that was wild. Been a couple issues like that here in the last couple games. I wanted to go back to area tournament really quick on the seniors team because you have put eyeballs on this squad. We know that it's always competitive baseball when Grand Island, Kearney, and Hastings. Is there a from your standpoint knee-jerk reaction, clear-cut favorite in this thing?
Oh, Grand Island
For sure.
Grand Island by far.
Yeah.
Home Federal is very good, and they have handled us twice easily this year, although we played toe-to-toe with them for a while. But Grand Island, their their pitching staff is very good. And I forgot what the record is. I think they've lost 7 or 8 games all season long. But it looks like it's a Grand Island, Home Federal, and the rest of us. But we'll see. Well, you never can tell.
No, it's baseball.
Yeah, we get to this point of the season. We get the area tournaments, and anybody can get hot. We mentioned North Platte. They're 7-3 in their last 10 games. Hastings 5 Points Bank played in the Hastings Kearney tournament over the weekend. They played pretty well over the weekend, going 3-1 against some pretty good competition. So we've got the bats. We've got the bats up and down our lineup to get the job done. It's been a little inconsistent play for Hastings 5 Points Bank this year. We can put it all together for 7 innings. We might make a run here. Three out of the teams, though, out of the area tournament are going to qualify for state, because the Kearney is already hosting the state tournament, so they get an automatic bid. And then we'll put 2 more in. So
take the next top 2.
Yeah,
right?
We'll see what happens. So we can get a win or 2 here in the area tournament. That should be good enough to qualify for the state tournament next week. The seniors, by the way, playing in Kearney and Elkhorn North.
This is where you hope, that you get the Kearney draw.
Yeah, because I hate Elkhorn North. No, I don't hate the school, Elkhorn North.
I was going to say, like, where? What?
No, I just don't like their facilities. We stumbled across that during the state high school baseball championships.
Yep.
It's a great field, just not a great field to broadcast a game from. If you get
it's your vantage point, right?
Yeah, if you get my drift.
Yeah.
It's not a great place to broadcast a game. The facility, the field itself is all right. It's brand new.
Mm-hmm.
Got turf, brand new. But just the facilities to broadcast a game is not good. So, yeah, if I had my druthers, it'd be we qualify for the state tournament and we get put in.
You get put in your corner office.
Yeah, at Kearney.
Yep.
That'd be just fine with me.
I love the corner office.
And then the juniors will be in Hastings next week. So
there you go.
So that's what's going on in Legion baseball. Couple of other notes. All-star right-handed pitcher Chase Burns and the Cincinnati Reds, they agreed to a 7-year contract extension yesterday. $105 million for a Chase Burns, locking up one of the best young pitchers in baseball well into the next decade. Chase Burns is 23. He's in his first full season with the Reds, and he's having a whale of a year. He's 11-1 right now, 2.54 earned run average, 118 strikeouts in 102 and 2/3 innings pitched. He was the number 2 draft pick of Cincinnati in the 2024 draft out of Wake Forest.
Yep.
So Chase Burns, after the first half of the season here, going 11-1, he earns a contract extension worth $105 million over the next 7 years.
And Burnsy had to grow up fast for Cincinnati. And if you haven't been following Reds baseball, and that's okay. I mean, I'm not going to scorn you if you haven't been following Reds baseball. Most people don't. But Cincinnati went into the season with Hunter Green. Hunter Green was supposed to be their ace. Hunter Green in spring training, they shut him down. He's got elbow inflammation. Next thing you know, he needs surgery, and he's going to be gone till August, right? So enter Burnsy, who was really kind of supposed to be the 1B, if you will, ace in the scenario. He's got ace quality stuff, but he was, you get to learn under Hunter Green, great. So he was the second man in the rotation. Well, he gets called up, and not only does he have to go into the ace role, he has to essentially be the leader of that pitching staff, because other than Burnsy right now, it's pretty garbage. And so for him to be able to take the rock and do what he's done, and definitely deserves to get that pay raise for sure. I'm worried because a lot of times when you got guys, especially in, you know from fantasy football, if they're on their contract year, right? All of a sudden you see like these massive stats from them, and they have another gear because they know the difference between being an 1,000-yard rusher and getting 754 might be $754 million, like with those 300 yards that you just don't get. Same for pitching and batting stats. If you're on your contract year, you have a little extra gear. We don't want to talk about it, but it's there. They try harder. And so now that he's made his money, I hope he just doesn't fall to total shit, but because that'd be disappointing for my fantasy team.
Burnsy's on your team?
Burnsy's on my team. It was a draft pick by me. I said, man, this was one of the good ones. I said he has the potential to be an ace. A lot of people are overlooking him because he's not Hunter Green. But I'm like, if Hunter Green gets shelved for any reason because he throws 104 all the time, then Burns is going to be the heir apparent ace. And so that was, good selection on my part.
Burns, he didn't spend a whole lot of time in the minors. He just threw, I think I read under 70 innings.
Yep.
So he didn't spend a whole lot of time in the minors before he got the call to come up, and he's making the best of it right off of the bat here, going 11-1. Boy, 118 strikeouts and 102 and 2/3 innings pitched for Chase Burns so far for the Cincinnati Reds. The season is just half over for Major League Baseball, and MLB is already making plans for next season.
Oh,
They have set
what season?
the earliest opening day ever next year, March 24th, except when they had international games to start off the season. So they're going to unofficially get the season started next year, March 24th, if there is an opening day.
Yep.
Baseball's labor contract expires on December the 1st, and a management lockout is expected for next year. In 2022, an agreement wasn't reached until March 10th, causing opening day to be pushed back from March 31st to April 7th. But Major League Baseball making plans for next year if there's no lockout, or if they have it settled by then. The earliest opening day on record, March 24th, will be the date. Wrigley Field in Chicago will host the All-Star Game next year on July the 13th, and the regular season is scheduled to end on September the 26th. So Major League Baseball putting together their schedule for the upcoming year. By the way, the Athletics are scheduled to play most of their home games again next year in West Sacramento, California, for the third straight season before moving into their new ballpark in Las Vegas. They are going to have a homestand at the AAA ballpark in Las Vegas starting May 31st against the Padres and the Cincinnati Reds. So Major League Baseball putting their wheels in motion, so to speak, getting ready for the 2027 season. But again, the big thing in Major League Baseball will be hammering out this labor contract that expires on December the 1st. And it looks like most people are settling in for a lockout for Major League Baseball at the beginning of next year.
Yeah, it's not something that I think we're excited about in any capacity. I remember the last labor dispute, coming out of the 2020 season, I think it was. And they did. They got this through 2027. It was a Band-Aid on a broken leg, and at that time, I'm like, you know what? I don't care. We got baseball for 6 more years. The reality is this, and I say this to the rich white S owners up there, give the players what they want. Period. Simple. Done. No meeting in the middle, no screwing over the fan base and the players. Give the players what they want. They know their product. They know what's good for the game. The people that are leading the players union are some of the best guys around, and they just want what's fair and what's right for anybody playing baseball, whether you're a superstar or whether you're coming into the league as the Double-A rookie that works his way into Major League Baseball, or one that's put in a lot of service time in the minor leagues. The players that are superstars that are getting these legendary contracts have also been through that same process and know what it takes to get to where they're at. And also know what they were. I wouldn't say a baseball player is struggling financially by any stretch of the imagination, but the gap, the parity there that exists. And so, yeah, they just want to be fair and right. So I say this all the time to the ownership group: give the players what they want. They know the product, they know the fan base, they know the game. They're going to give you the best thing.
Yeah, but jeez.
You're getting billions and billions and billions. This is a multi-billion-dollar industry. To move a little bit, you're still going to have multiple billions of dollars.
Some of these contracts, though, in Major League Baseball.
Oh no, the Dodgers. That's outrageous.
Yeah.
What the Dodgers did is why this whole thing exists, and that was a loophole that they found in the system where you can back pay somebody well after their contract expires, so it's minimal up front. You can sell the team, essentially, and then whoever inherits that is on the hook for all of that back pay.
Well, we talk about these contracts. I think I've had a baseball contract signing every day this week, and everything is well over $100 million Look at Chase Burns, I just talked about.
Yeah.
7 years, $105 million.
It's because the price of poker goes up every time somebody signs. Yeah.
Sooner or later, I know you're backing the players here, but sooner or later,
yeah,
there's got to be a plateau in there.
I mean, that's the lightning rod. It used to be like political issues that no congressman or president would touch, and then somebody got in there and was like, I'm touching them all. However, there's like a lightning rod in baseball, and baseball has always been the salary cap, and it's always been something I think the fan base has wanted to see for parity, for competitiveness, for just downright fairness, that you just can't go out and buy a World Series, a.k.a. what the Dodgers have done. The Dodgers have become the new Yankees, and a team that everyone loves to hate just because they went out and they spent all that money for 2 World Championships, possibly 3. How do you implement a salary cap after these multiple $1-million contracts? That's the problem. Where this is all going to collide is they're going to want a salary cap. Well, shit, you got one player in Shohei Ohtani who's over the salary cap.
Yeah, you can't put it in now. You got to figure out some way.
Yeah.
To put a salary cap in baseball.
Because the players that have their contracts aren't going to go for the salary cap.
They're not going to say, no, I'll just give this money back.
The players that are watching those players get that money aren't going to want a salary cap.
No.
They're not going to want to say, oh, well, we paid him $134 million, but now a salary cap comes in, so you can only make 70 or whatever it might be.
Not going to happen.
You can't implement something when you haven't had it, when you have players that are on what they haven't had.
And that's going to be the problem when they try to hammer this out. They could be in for an extended lockout. Yeah, this could be a long one that starts 2027. So I gave you what they're planning to do with the schedule next year, with the earliest opening date ever of March the 24th.
And what a horrible year that would be to miss. With Wrigley, with the All-Star game, and after all of the momentum they gained, even though it was a boring-ass sports week, Mike, baseball gained a lot with the Home Run Derby and the new format and the streaming partner with Netflix. I can't sugarcoat that. They made it exciting. Was it more exciting for me because a Cardinal won? Absolutely. It didn't matter. The fact that a Cardinal won and the vast majority of the sports world was talking about it, and the new format and getting multiple rave reviews, imagine that getting carried over to Wrigley and the backdrop that would involve, home runs going out to Wayland Avenue, and we're going to potentially be robbed of that because these owners
God, I hope we
don't want to spend money.
I hope we have it settled by then.
Oh, there's a realistic possibility that
no baseball all
there
year?
isn't 27.
Really? You really, truly feel that way?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't. Again, I said Band-Aid on broken leg earlier, right? And so then we went for another 5 years on a broken leg, and the Band-Aids already wore off. This could get ugly. This could get ugly. And it's just because these owners will not budge and will not get off of their piles and piles and piles and piles of money and do what's been right. Pay your product. The reason that people are going and sitting in your majestic palaces of baseball stadiums that you built with taxpayer money is to watch the players on the field, so pay them what they should be paid.
Shane is already chiming in, the salary cap. He says maybe you have a future date for the cap, like starting in 2035.
I don't hate that.
Good idea. That's coming from a bunch of people that's not going to be in the negotiating room when they try to hammer out an agreement.
That's a problem for future us.
Well, that's what I mean. You and I and the IT guy or anybody else can probably sit down and hammer out some kind of a reasonable agreement. Not when you put people in a glass room that's got all the cash.
That's the problem. Therein lies,
the problem.
Right. There's that big pile of cash.
You can't. I got my money. You got yours, and I'm not giving you any of mine.
Yep.
You're not getting into my piggy bank. God. Anyway, those are just some of the thoughts in what's going on this week of sports. Again, if you'd like to chime in with us, your thoughts on anything, 402-834-1330. 402-834-1330. That's the Hamilton Telecommunications fan line. If you'd like to leave us a message on our social media sites, we're monitoring those comments as well. Going to be hearing from Kansas State head coach Colin Klein coming up here in just a few minutes. You're waking up with Mike and Tyson. This is Huddle Up on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
Well, construction continues on the City of Grand Island's new transfer station facility, a major infrastructure investment designed to improve efficiency, increase capacity, and better serve the community for decades to come. The upgraded facility is expected to be substantially complete and available for public use in 2027. Located on Old West Potash Highway, the existing transfer station was built in 1981 and experienced significant growth and demand over the past several decades. And since the year 2000, customer visits have increased by 173%, while the amount of material processed has grown by 124%, creating the need for the larger, more modern facility. Meanwhile, the Logan County Board of Commissioners voted earlier this week to approve a moratorium on data centers, making Logan the 12th county in the state to temporarily halt any data center construction. The 12-month development ban also bars wind and solar energy systems as well as cryptocurrency mining facilities. 11 other counties have already done so: Butler, Box Butte, Custer, Dundee, Furnace, Hayes, Harlan, Johnson, Kearney, Odo, and Seward. And it is officially official. Independent Senate candidate Dan Osborne has qualified for the ballot. The Nebraska Secretary of State's office announcing yesterday that Osborne collected more than 6,000 valid signatures, well more than the approximately 4,000 he needed. Osborne will face off against incumbent Republican Pete Ricketts in the November election, and it is currently unclear whether Democrat Cindy Burbank will also be on the ballot. Burbank won the Democratic primary, but had previously said she planned to drop out prior to the general election. It is now 7:33. We will swing things over to the East Side Studios. Mike, what's the haps in sports?
Well, sports today brought to you by Bamboo Mind and Body Spa. Recover like a champion with a stop at Bamboo Mind and Body Spa of Hastings and Blue Hill. The Jefferson City Renegades beat the Hastings Sodbusters 14-7 last night out at Duncan Field. Hastings starting pitcher Jude Stewart threw 5 innings and gave up 4 runs and 3 hits. Stewart struck out 10, walked 3. Matthew Scholes had 3 hits and 2 RBIs. Hastings is now 16-19 on the season. They'll play host to the Grand Island Fighting Cranes tonight. Grand Island beat Sedalia 7-2 last night. First pitch for the game tonight will be at 7. The Area 7 Seniors American Legion Baseball Tournament gets underway today at Ryder Park in Grand Island. Hastings 5 Points Bank will play North Platte Great Plains Health in the first game at 1 this afternoon. Hastings is 14-14-1 in the season. North Platte is 19-13. We'll have the game on Extreme Sports beginning with a pregame at 12:45 this afternoon. In the other games, Kearney Pinnacle Bank will play the Scottsbluff Wesco Zephyrs at 4, followed by Grand Island Home Federal and Grand Island U-Save at 7. In the A7 Juniors Tournament out in Scottsbluff, Kearney Post 52 will play Lexington at 2 this afternoon, followed by Hastings Johnson Imperial Homes against North Platte at 5. The 7 o'clock game will have Scottsbluff Wesco Express against Grand Island Pro Team Design. The Class B and the Class C Junior State Tournaments will get underway tomorrow. In the Class B tournament in Wayne, Wayne will play Aurora at 10, followed by Wahoo against West Point, Alliance against Hickman, and Plattsmouth against Holdridge. The Class C tournament will be held in DeWitt. Loomis will play Malcolm at 11 tomorrow morning, followed by Hartington against Centura, Pender against St. Paul, and Tri-County against Hebron. And Argentina will play Spain in the World Cup Championship on Sunday. Game time will be at 2, and you'll be able to see it on Fox. The consolation game between France and England will be played on Saturday, beginning at 4. That's a check in your sports headlines at 7:35 on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning weather update on Extreme Sports with Chief Meteorologist Tim Jones.
Once again, that hot and humid weather continues as we close out the work week and head into the weekend, with next week starting off with extremely hot and humid conditions. Today we'll have a high of 93 degrees, plenty of sunshine, winds on the light side out of the southeast at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. On Saturday, we'll heat up into the low to mid-90s around south central Nebraska. Close to 100 degrees on Sunday, 102 to 103 on Monday.
Right now in Hastings, we have south winds at 5. It is sunny. Clear skies 69 at Extreme Sports.
Looking for the perfect way to spend your Friday night in Hastings? Head just east of town on J Street and experience the excitement of Cam Raceway. Every Friday night through August, Cam Raceway brings you a full evening of grassroots racing on Nebraska's fastest 8th-mile dirt track. You'll see it all. Stock non-wing micros, restricted micros, junior sprints, junior cage karts, adult flat karts, and junior flat karts. Catch all the local drivers, all competing for the win under the lights. Gates open at 7 p.m. and racing gets underway at 8 p.m. And the best part, admission is just $10, and kids 12 and under get in free with a paying adult. So this Friday night, skip the routine and make your way to Cam Raceway, where the engines fire up, the dirt flies, and the whole family can enjoy a night at the races.
Accessible and affordable holistic care is just around the corner at Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center. Located at 208 South Burlington Avenue, Suite 101 in Hastings. At Bamboo Spa, we offer a range of therapies to help you unwind and recharge. Experience soothing massages, rejuvenating head spa scalp treatments, and our Advanced Glow 2 facials. Discover the healing power of ozone therapy and frequency healing. Become a member for exclusive 24-hour access to our therapeutic amenities, including the infrared sauna, hydro massage, and cryo lounge. Members enjoy 20% off all services and 10% off products in our non-toxic retail shop. Visit our Facebook page to learn more and book your appointment today. Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center, truly holistic care, designed for you.
I'm John Butler, Funeral Director and Owner at Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Hastings.
And I'm Nikki Butler, the Advanced Funeral Planning Specialist. Whether you choose a traditional service, cremation, or a unique memorial service, our experienced staff is here to help guide you through every step. Visit us at lbvfh.com to learn more about our services and how we can support you.
Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center. We are here when your need is greatest.
Hamilton has been providing IT solutions for businesses across the state of Nebraska for more than 3 decades. We know that Nebraska businesses are a driving force of support for the communities in which we live and work. We keep them connected and protected by delivering cybersecurity, hosted phones, and managed IT. We are grateful to be part of our Nebraska communities and to support their technology needs.
More information at Hamilton.
Get ready for the ultimate trivia experience with Extreme Sports Trivia. Play from anywhere at home, on the go, or at your favorite bar or restaurant. Compete live against players from all over in real time. answering questions across categories like sports, pop culture, Marvel, and more. Want to see how you stack up? Track your progress with live leaderboards and aim for the top spot. It's free, fun, and super easy to play. So what are you waiting for? Sign up today at extremesports.com trivia and start playing now. And keep an eye out. We're coming soon to a bar or restaurant near you.
All right, Mike Will, Tyson and Brian with you. Huddle up on Extreme Sports for this Friday. Again, we'll have Legion Baseball coming up today. The A7 Seniors Tournament from Ryder Park in Grand Island. Hastings will take on North Platte. It'll be a 1 o'clock game today, the first of 3 on the schedule. So 1 o'clock starting time for Hastings 5 Points Bank and North Platte Great Plains Health. We'll have the game for you here on Extreme Sports beginning with a pregame show at about 12:45 this afternoon. You heard from Cam Raceway. They are back in action tonight. They've had a couple of weeks off. You'll be able to enjoy the races tonight at Cam Raceway, just east of Hastings out on J Street. You haven't had a chance to check them out this year. Some great racing going on at Cam. They've got bicycle races tonight. I see that's an intermission for the kids, so bring the entire family out to the races at Cam Raceway tonight. If you can't be there, we'll have the live stream for you from Extreme Sports. All you got to do is go to our website. That's probably the easiest way to get there. Go to our website and look for the racing tab. Click on Cam Raceway and follow the instructions, and you'll get a live feed of the races tonight with Extreme Sports. So check out the racing action in person tonight, or if you can't be there, you can check it out in the live stream on Extreme Sports.
Speaking of racing,
yeah,
you want to do a preview of NASCAR North Wilkesboro? What is North Wilkesboro?
It's a short track, isn't it? A short track.
Unique short track.
Yeah,
it says.
I'm not a big short track fan. I know a lot of people are. I'm more the super speedway type that we have seen in the last week or so.
Who's our good elbows out NASCAR drivers? I like Hostifer. He kind of drives elbows out, doesn't he?
Yeah, he'll probably be good this weekend. The guys that don't mind rubbing a little bit.
Ross Chastain.
Yeah,
he took the outside wall. He'd be a good shout this weekend.
Anybody that's that style of driver would be good. Danny.
How about Kyle? Kyle Larson. Is he a short track guy?
Yeah, he'd be good this weekend.
Okay.
So, are you putting your lineup together?
I'm throwing out some names, and as you say, yeah, he'd be good. I'm adding him to my team. I need some help.
You did all right last week.
We got in the top 10 last week. But
yeah, you did all right, which is better than you had.
It didn't pull us out of the basement. So,
all right, we'll keep trying. Football. Let's talk a little football.
I'm down.
We kind of been zeroed in on the Big 12 this week because they held their Big 12 Media Days recently down in Frisco, Texas. The Monster Energy Big 12 Media Days.
That's right.
We've heard from Scott Frost this week. We had Deion Sanders on this week. Yesterday we talked with the Kansas coach.
You had Deion?
Yeah, we had Deion. That was a day you missed.
Oh, boy.
I knew you were a big Deion fan.
Thank God you did it on that day.
Yeah, the day that you missed, I had Deion Sanders on. All he did is talked about himself.
Oh, my God.
Didn't find out too much about the Buffs. But, we had Deion on earlier in the week. Anyway, Colin Klein.
Mm-hmm.
He's the head coach at Kansas State. He's a former player for Kansas State. In fact, he was the quarterback for the Cats back in their glory days, if they had glory days. He moved on last year. He was the offensive coordinator at Texas A&M, and now he is back this year at the Kansas State. So Klein was a player. Mm-hmm. He was a former coach at Kansas State, moved on to Texas A&M, and now he is back to lead the Cats for the 2026 season. And one of the guys that he's going to rely on is their quarterback in Avery Johnson.
Avery and I's relationship goes back a long way. It's incredibly special to me. And, you know, I would argue that some of his best attributes are not physical. And I know everyone sees how fast he is and how fast and how well he can run. Everybody sees the arm talent and the zip and spin on the football. He's one of the best competitors I've been around. And he works hard at his craft. And he's a very stoic, laid-back guy, but those, you know, that processor's going and his motor's going hot under there, even though he is very, very calm and collected on top. And I think that's what why we got so close and why we fit, because that gives me energy every day working with him, and as we have in the past and now. And I know that's what he gets from me too, because we care about, we both love the game of football. We both love competing and winning, and we both love team. And that's a good combination. It's again, a privilege to be back. The history we have, I think, has given us a head start to be able to get back thinking the same way and on the same page to do what we want to do, and excited for the future.
Now, the defensive coordinator for Kansas State is going to be Jordan Peterson. Colin brought Jordan Peterson from Texas A&M. He's evidently spent some time as well on the Kansas staff, but Jordan Peterson is the defensive coordinator this year for the Kansas State Wildcats.
In today's world of college football, and something that was very, very important to me as I was putting our staff together, and then also Jordan and I talking, and then me envisioning that position in general, is in today's world, you have to be multiple, and you have to present different pictures, different fronts. And so our ability to be multiple was important. With his experience level and the different places that he's been, feel very, very confident we're going to be able to put the package together that will fit our personnel and also be multiple.
Again, for Colin Klein, he was a coach. He was a former player, moved to Texas A&M. He's back now at Kansas State. He says the transition to be the head coach of the Cats has been kind of a whirlwind for him.
The transition timing is crazy in college football right now, because you're doing 10,000 different things, and when you're in the middle of getting ready for a playoff game, while starting to put together a staff, trying to hold together for the roster. I think I was very fortunate, having been here 2 years before, not too long ago, to have a little bit of the lay of the land, a little bit of an understanding of the personnel on the roster, personnel, staff-wise in the building, to give me a head start. But the biggest thing was trying to build relationships with the players as fast as I could, and really get to bridge that gap with them to understand where they were at, what they were thinking, doing our own evaluations to see and feel who and how we were going to retain and hold that together. Coach Kleiman had done an unbelievable job. Our culture has been very, very strong. So a good situation to walk into as a first-time head coach.
And Klein says he wants his team to adopt a new old-school approach.
It's really the only way I know. And I've been very, very fortunate to be around coaches and mentors that have lived that out. And I think there's a level of investment, there's a level of sacrifice, there's a level of toughness, there's a level of grit that sometimes can be unpopular, you know, from a cultural standpoint, or sometimes people don't like it because it's uncomfortable. And that mantra for me is that, you know, that's a place that we're going to live. And if there's people that don't like that or make them uncomfortable, then there's plenty that will embrace it, that will embody that, and when they put on that power cap, they will represent it in the way that and be willing to make the sacrifices, work at the level that we need to work, and become everything that they can be.
All right, that's the new head coach of the Kansas State Wildcats, Colin Klein, at Big 12 Media Days in Frisco, Texas. Kansas State finished 6-6 last year. They open up the season this year at home on September 5th against Nichols. So that's what's going on with the Cats.
Nichols State.
Do they still go by Nichols State? Is there just Nichols?
That's a good question.
They just had
Maybe
it
this
listed
is
as Nichols.
Maybe this is an entirely different. Maybe there's two colleges in Nichols.
I think that's Nichols State.
Nichols and Nichols State.
So I think they just go by Nichols.
Yeah, it would have been a whirlwind for Coach Klein to step into here for Kansas State. Remember, it was Chris Kleinman last year, but he abruptly retired. Basically, and then in his press conference about his retirement, blamed the new age in college football. Said he can't navigate 10,000 things with the transfer portal, and he just wasn't feeling it was giving anybody a fair shake, and so he said, that's it, I'm done. I'm not going to mess with this. And put Kansas State in a tough spot and enter the new old head coach, Chris Klein, back in action.
Yeah, player, former coach, gone for a year, and then, hello, I'm back. So he had a lot of relationships with a lot of these guys on the teams. He talked about Avery Johnson, their quarterback. Yeah, he's reunited with him. So,
and Avery really needs to have a bounce back year. I think a lot of people had tabbed him, maybe even last year, as the early preseason favorite to win some major awards. And I'm not just talking like the Davey O'Brien. I'm talking that presentation ceremony they have at the end of the season. And then it just didn't work last year. Whatever system he was in, there was that couple messy times where he got into an argument with his parents, and his parents got into an argument with the coaches. It just got messy. And I know Ryan Martin is probably smiling ear to ear talking about how messy it got for Kansas State because he's a Jayhawk, and it could happen to no better team than Kansas State. But you kind of hope for a turnaround just for the sake of the Big 12. It doesn't look right when you don't have the Kansas States, the Iowa States, Kansas battling it up for the Big 12. You got, taking a look at things on the hierarchy, probably two Utah teams that I think are 1A and 1B for the top. A lot of people have tabbed Texas Tech as an early favorite. I don't like that. I think they lost too many pieces defensively. And in a conference where, God, if you just make one defensive stand, you can win a game. I don't see Texas Tech being that front runner. I think Utah, at the end of last year, they played us incredibly well. I could see Utah making a run at this thing. I think BYU is going to come into the season with a chip on their shoulder. They're probably the front runner. If you'd ask me, just the way last year ended, the way they felt like they should have been a college football playoff team, this year they have two odds. You know, they can take what happened last year and completely tank and fade into irrelevancy, or they can play with a chip on their shoulder and leave no doubt and make the postseason. And that's a very dangerous BYU team, in my opinion. So we'll see how it all shakes out. Not normal that we focus in and we hone in on the Big 12, but I think that there's a couple interesting storylines that are percolating underneath the surface there.
All right, 7:53, waking up with Mike and Tyson this morning. This is Huddle Up on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
In election news, it is officially official as independent Senate candidate Dan Osborne will qualify for the November ballot. The Nebraska Secretary of State's office making the official announcement yesterday that Osborne has collected more than 6,000 valid signatures. That's well more than the approximately 4,000 he needed. He will face off against incumbent Republican Pete Ricketts in the November election, and it is unclear whether Democrat Cindy Burbank will also be on the ballot. Burbank won the Democratic primary, but had previously said she planned to drop out after the race. The Logan County Board of Commissioners, they voted earlier this week to approve a moratorium on data centers, making Logan the 12th county in the state to temporarily halt any data center construction. The 12-month development ban also bars wind and solar energy systems, as well as cryptocurrency mining facilities. 11 other counties already have moratoriums in place, the closest to us locally being Kearney and Harlan counties. Construction continues on the City of Grand Island's new transfer station, a major infrastructure investment designed to improve efficiency, increase capacity, and better serve the community for decades to come. Since the year 2000, customer visits have increased by 173%, while the amount of material processed has grown by 124%, creating the need for a larger, more modern facility. It is 5 minutes until 8 o'clock. Let's head back over to the East Side Studios. Mike, what's going on in sports?
Well, sports today is brought to you by Bamboo Mind and Body Spa of Hastings, featuring hydro massage, cryo lounger therapy, and so much more. Check them out at Hastings and Blue Hill. The Jefferson City Renegades beat the Hastings Sodbusters 14-7 last night out of Duncan Field. Hastings starting pitcher Jude Stewart threw 5 innings, gave up 4 runs and 3 hits. He struck out 10, walked 3. Matthew Scholes had 3 hits and 2 RBIs. Hastings is now 16-19 on the season. They'll play host to the Grand Island Fighting Cranes tonight. Grand Island beat Sedalia 7-2 last night. First pitch tonight, Duncan will be at 7. The Area 7 Seniors American Legion Baseball Tournament gets underway today at Ryder Park in Grand Island. Hastings 5 Points Bank will play North Platte Great Plains Health in the first game at 1 this afternoon. We'll have the game here on Extreme Sports, beginning with a pregame show at 12:45. In the other games today, Kearney Pinnacle Bank will play the Scottsbluff Wesco Zephyrs at 4, followed by Grand Island Home Federal and Grand Island USABE at 7. In the A7 Juniors Tournament in Scottsbluff today, Kearney Post 52 will play Lexington at 2, followed by Hastings Johnson Imperial Homes against North Platte at 5. At 7, Scottsbluff Wesco Express will battle Grand Island Pro Team Design. Class B and Class C Junior State tournaments get underway tomorrow. In the Class B tournament in Wayne will play Aurora at 10, followed by Wahoo against West Point, Alliance against Hickman, and Plattsmouth against Holdridge. In the Class C tournament in DeWitt, Loomis will play Malcolm at 11, followed by Hardington against Centura, Pender against St. Paul, and Tri-County against Hebron. That's a check new sports headlines at 7:58 on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning weather update on Extreme Sports with Chief Meteorologist Tim Jones.
Once again, that hot and humid weather continues as we close out the work week and head into the weekend, with next week starting off with extremely hot and humid conditions. Today we'll have a high of 93 degrees, plenty of sunshine, winds on the light side out of the southeast at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. On Saturday, we'll heat up into the low to mid-90s around south central Nebraska. Close to 100 degrees on Sunday, 102 to 103 on Monday.
Right now, as you wake up, get going, we've got south winds at 5. Clear skies, sunshine, 69 in Hastings at Extreme Sports.
Accessible and affordable holistic care is just around the corner at Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center. Located at 208 South Burlington Avenue, Suite 101 in Hastings. At Bamboo Spa, we offer a range of therapies to help you unwind and recharge. Experience soothing massages, rejuvenating head spa scalp treatments, and our Advanced Glow 2 facials. Discover the healing power of ozone therapy and frequency healing. Become a member for exclusive 24-hour access to our therapeutic amenities, including the infrared sauna, hydro massage, and cryo lounge. Members enjoy 20% off all services and 10% off products in our non-toxic retail shop. Visit our Facebook page to learn more and book your appointment today. Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center, truly holistic care designed for you.
Connet Auto Care is the trusted name in automotive repair and maintenance services in Hastings. We're a gold-certified Napa Auto Care Center. Our ASE-certified technicians have the Blue Seal of Excellence, receive continuous training, and are committed to providing the best service your vehicle can get. Whether it's preventative maintenance, major repairs, or just an oil change, Connet Auto Care is here for you.
Get ready, race fans. Cam Raceway is teaming up with Extreme Sports for an electrifying season of high-speed, dirt-slinging, adrenaline-pumping action. Every race night, we're bringing you live video coverage straight from the track, so you won't miss a single lap, pass, or photo finish. From non-wing warriors to cage karts, flat karts, and the A-class wing beasts, we've got it all. There's nothing like the roar of the engines, the smell of burning rubber, and the rush of dirt flying action right in front of you. So get to the track and experience it live. But if you can't make it, don't sweat. Extreme Sports has you covered. Buckle up, because this season is going to be fast, fierce, and unforgettable. Make sure you like and follow Extreme Sports on Facebook to get all the latest updates, and we will see you at the track.
All right, Mike Will, Tyson and Bronick with you. Huddle up on Extreme Sports. In baseball today, Grand Island Ryder Park is where we'll be. Hastings 5 Points Bank and North Platte Great Plains Health in the A7 Seniors Tournament. Game time will be at 1 this afternoon. On the air with a pregame, 12:45 this afternoon. That'll be a lovely day for baseball.
What's a platter?
A platter?
A platter?
Because I called them the platters earlier.
What's a platter?
I don't know what a platter is.
I mean, like a platter of food?
Their high school team is a Bulldog, but I think we just kind of refer to North Platte as the Platters.
Platter of dog food?
Every time we play them.
Platter of Bulldog food?
I'll ask that question today.
Yeah, that's a good question. What's a platter?
1 o'clock starting time, 12:45 pregame here on Extreme Sports. Adams County Fair got underway Wednesday.
Did you go to the beer garden?
No, I haven't been out there yet.
What?
Haven't been out there yet. Got guys tied up this week.
Feeling okay?
Had entertainment last night with Hairball. Saw some people posting pictures of Hairball.
They had a good time
last night. Yeah, that's an old style rock group, Hairball.
Easy on the old style.
Old style.
Oh, easy. It's not that old.
What do they play?
The 80s.
Yeah, 80s. That's old style rock.
I know, it's 40 years ago. I know. I'm
Hairball.
old now.
They were on stage last night. Tonight you get Trace Atkins, a country singer tonight. Better, swing.
Oh, honky donk badonka donk.
That's the guy.
Honky donk badonka donk.
Better swing.
Keeping perfect rhythm, make you want to swing along.
Yeah, that'll be good tonight. Trace Atkins. And then tomorrow, Wyatt Flores, another country singer. I think he's one of those new guys, up-and-comers.
We'll roll with that.
He's going to be on stage on Saturday. And then Sunday, you get the Fairfest Rodeo. So that's the entertainment at the Adams County Fair for the weekend.
That and 105-degree temperatures.
Yeah, Busters in action tonight against the Cranes.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't seen that matchup. In about a week or so. God. Well, last time I counted was when we played them last week. I know they've had a series in Grand Island of 3 games. So it was at 15. Mm-hmm. I counted up last.
Mm-hmm.
We played the 3-game series last weekend in Grand Island. That'd make it 18.
Yep. Another 3-game series this weekend.
I get that to 22 or 21.
21.
I think we still got 6 more games against them.
I think it was 28, if I counted correctly.
27 or 28 times we've played
Jesus Christ.
The Cranes. So, if you can't make it to the game tonight, you can still probably watch this series continue. Mm-hmm. Going to be playing a couple of more times. But anyway, 7 o'clock starting time tonight out at Duncan. So, all right. Anything else going on at World Cup?
Sunday,
that's
2
Sunday.
p.m.
Argentina and Spain.
Yep.
Consolation game.
I'm not even going to mention the consolation. It doesn't matter.
France and England.
Nobody remembers who got third.
No, I don't know.
No offense. No offense.
I don't know why they're playing that thing.
We'll get into that discussion again in October when we do state volleyball.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll do it again in March when we do basketball.
Third place games.
Yeah, we're not doing them.
We're not doing them.
We're not doing them. You want to go watch them because we're not doing them.
That's right.
So, all right, if you want to listen to the show again, grab the podcast off of the social media sites. Listen to the show at your convenience today. Again, I'll have baseball beginning at 12:45 this afternoon. Join me then. If not, have yourself a great weekend. We'll see you back here again Monday morning on Extreme Sports.
You've been listening to Huddle Up on Extreme Sports, Central Nebraska's new home for sports. Join us every weekday morning from 7 until 8 on Extreme Sports.